Start stream. Stream my live control room is the way to go. It says starting receiving. Yeah, we should be back up, man. God damn it, that took a minute.
Yeah, so I'll ask that again.
Please ask that question again.
Yeah, but basically, how did Free come about? I want to know how you got to that whole collaboration with Excepping and Undugundugu and all of the people that you worked with on Free. How did that project, how did you write that? You were saying that it's something that's really, really close to you and all of that. So I want to know.
Yeah, man, that was, I'd finished making a project called Perfect, and that one was very quick, man. Like Swish sent me a lot of.
I heard Perfect.
Yeah, that's actually my.
It's the white cover, the blue and white cover.
It's the black one, but black and white almost.
It's black and white, yeah.
Yeah, the blue and white is the one with Sia previews.
Okay.
Yeah. But the titles are similar. I can get the confusion. Yeah. So, Free was just it was supposed to be something else initially. Because I did a project with Excepping called Lost. So it was supposed to be a continuation of that project. That was the first project I ever did with Excepping called Lost. So Free was initially just gonna be me and X, and at that time Ndugu was staying with us, and we were just making so much music. And the relationship.
Where were you staying? Were you staying at X's house, eh?
No. He was staying with us at our house.
Oh yeah.
Ndugu. Nice. Yeah, he was staying with us, and so we were just making music, doing our own things.
How long did it take you?
To make the project?
Yeah.
Like 3 days. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Jesus. Guys,
because what we did was
Free. Let me tell you. Y'all need to go hear Free.
Let me hit you with the touchdown. Niggas don't know. Niggas don't know the touchdown, fam. Put you on now. So speak about collaborating with X, man. What was that like? Yeah. What's he like as a producer?
Man, X is great, man, because he's present. That's what I like about X. He's always present in the session, and his goal is always to cater to you as an artist specifically. So when he sent me the beats, even he had made them specifically for me. He was like, "Yo, bro, I like your vocal texture, and I feel like this is what's gonna work as we work together, and this is a sound I want to work with for you in particular."
Sort of like executive producing the whole thing, eh?
Exactly. I just told him, "Yo, bro, I want a minimalistic template. Sort of approach, I want my vocals to cut through." And at that moment, I was listening to a lot of "Damn" by Kendrick Lamar. That was kind of like where my head was at in that time frame. Yeah, so I was just like, "Yo, this is what I'm listening to. You don't have to necessarily
is that what inspired
copy
what you were
paste."
writing about?
Sort of, man. I feel like I only listened to that album because of where I was already. So that it was just a perfect timing, you know what I mean? Yeah. And so I was just like, yo, after making Perfect, I was like, how do I take this to a new direction, but also still keep the people interested in what I'm saying? So I was like, I gotta turn up the juice in terms of the sound and what it sounds like. And I also got to come from a different perspective. Even if the message is linked, they need to come from a different perspective. It needs to be fresh to people's ears.
This nigga's been grinding, bro. You even did summer days and summer nights. Yes, you got music, son.
Dog, I'm working on 2 tapes right now, bro.
You're working on 2 tapes right now?
Yeah, man. Another one with X. So I'm just working, bro.
I want to talk about the new shit that you're on. Because you did pass a feature our way, which is really, really fun to do, by the way. Thank you for that.
Thank you, by the way. That
I want to know, right? Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Okay. Give me 2 seconds. Because you said is it the Taxes and Tides? Is that the name of the whole project?
No, that.
Or was it that specific song?
It's that specific song, but it's gonna tie into the whole tape. So the tape is basically about money, but also about religion. So it's a play on words.
How do you come up with these concepts, bro? Like, how do you come up with the stuff that you write about? Because, like I was saying, you have this continuity throughout your songs that you maintain, and it's really interesting to hear, and especially how you deliver the messages that you're trying to get through. I want to know how do you maintain that? How do you actually write?
I think I work best because I do 2 projects at a time. So I always try to work like one project.
Always?
always. It's the only way I can work, bro. So like one, yeah, one project will have like a grand narrative. It'll be conceptual in what it's doing. Do you know what I'm saying? And so, and then and another one will be down to earth. So when I'm not in that mindset of having to think of ideas and being deep in my thoughts, I like to make music that's not too serious. And so that always goes into the projects that are still basic concepts, but not too deep. So for example, the one we're working on now, the one that has ties and taxes, is very well thought out. You know what I mean? It's actually it's straining for me to write. And then there's another project I'm working on with X, which is it's called Changes, and it's not that deep in terms of what I'm trying to say. I'm hoping people can hear the music and make of it what they want to. So I'm a little loose with that. So I always try to make a project that's catered for people to just enjoy, and then another one that's just a little more personal for me to actually get my thoughts out in a particular way. So I think that's
so cool.
So we've got a comment here from East Router. He says, Hazey is one of the most consistent. Does he ever hit a creative wall, and how does he overcome it? That's a dope question, man.
Oh, yo, man, that's a real question. I do, man. I'd like to flex and say I don't, but that's a lie, man. I really do. Like, in this quarantine,
niggas don't get writer's block, nigga. Shit.
Yeah, real niggas got rhymes on thick.
Yeah,
but
nigga.
Nah, like, for me, sometimes I do, man. Like, during this quarantine, man, like I said, the first 21 days, I was on fire. I was on Instagram rapping every day. I was on Twitter rapping every day. Yeah. You know what I mean? Just rapping, writing, and whatever. Because I was like,
let me tell you something. I'm not a spiteful cat, but I watch niggas. I was like, man, do niggas really got bars like that though? Cause like 21 verses, son. Like I looked at it like album value, bro. Cause I mean, me and you know, like we do this, but 21 of them things, like back to back.
Cause remember, I even hit you up for a song. Yeah, I was doing, after I stopped rapping every day, I was like, I'm gonna drop a song a day. Like, I was switching it up, bro. Jesus. I went from like rapping, just starting a freestyle and rapping to the camera and posting it online. Then I was like, nah, man, I'm getting tired of this. Although people really liked it, you know, I was getting engagement. I was doing a study, like what works better when you post a link or when you post a video, just trying to see what works better so that I can be more deliberate when I release stuff in the future. Yeah, I was doing that. So I figured that out. I was like, that works. And I was like, let me try dropping songs, man. And X-Sipping is one of those niggas. If I hit him up and I say I've got the verse ready, he's gonna take it, mix it, master it that night, send it to me back. Because he works like me. You know how you and I work as well? Yeah. He has that he has that type of work ethic, which is why I like the relationship I have with him. Yo. So but now I reached a writer's block, in the sense that I was just doing too much, man. I had like 40 beats and I didn't even know where to start, bro. Jesus. I'm just like, yo, I've got so many beats from different producers. Jesus. And I don't want to just rap and then I give people mediocre stuff, and then people start accepting it. Then I start thinking it's dope, and then I start riding that wave, and then I get lost in my own source. So I'm just like, yo, man, if I'm not feeling it.
That's kind of how I feel about Conway right now, eh?
You for real?
Yeah, dog. Like I fuck with him. I fuck with everything that's going on. But the comfort that he's got right now in this lane and this flow that he's in is like so evident. Even to the point that he's proud to say that he's freestyling it. So it's like the growth is capped. You know what I mean? Because he's in that mindset and in that flow, and it's not going anywhere. You know what I mean? Like, dope rapper, but even rappers like that get like creative blocks. You know
stagnant.
What I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, because I was creative blocks, but stagnant. Yeah, that's a good word.
Yeah. Nah, because I was also like, man, I could easily write raps and release them, because I did that song a day. I liked the songs, but then I got to a point where I was like, yo, man, I feel like I'm writing just for the sake of releasing and I don't want to get in. Yeah. And I don't want to get. Exactly. I don't want to get in that space. And so I took time out, and then I started working on these 2 projects, and I'm comfortable, not in the sense that I'm not growing, but I'm comfortable in like, oh, okay. Because for me, the fun part about the hip hop stuff is growing, is like creating new ideas, is challenging myself. Yeah. So when I got to the point where I was like, I'm dope, I can do this, I was like, it wasn't fun anymore. because like what's fun about being dope and you know it. So I was like, let me backtrack and actually do something that's gonna
shoulder, boy.
Yeah, I was like, nah, let me actually backtrack and find a place where I'm challenging myself. And so that's where the writer's block came, where I was like, if I'm gonna write and release something, I need to personally, before I even give it to the people and validate myself through them, I need to actually sit with it and be like, yo, I feel like where I was there and where I am now is a level up. And so in writing these new projects, I feel like I'm there, which is why I'm comfortable enough to be like, I'm working on new stuff now, because I'm at a place where I'm like, all the stuff that I've done now, I'm able to look at that and put it in my reservoir to create something different and something new. As you know, like the song I sent you guys, I feel like that's a fairly different song from all the stuff I've put out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so
who made that beat?
Sage. I like working with one producer for a project, man. That's just that continuity is very important to me. Yeah. So he's the one doing my project now, and there's another one at X. But yeah, I feel like I'm at a place now
another
where
one with X, eh?
Yeah. I call that one an EP. It's gonna be a prelude, basically. That's the one where I'm not thinking too much about what I'm writing. Just having fun with it, getting people music that they can vibe out to. Yeah. And then the one with Sage is very, very conceptual, and it's probably, I don't want to jinx myself, but I wrote it from the perspective of like, if this was my last album, what would I want it to sound like? And what would I and what would I want to say? And that's exactly the approach I went with it. And it's serving me well, man. So
dope.
But yeah, I do get writer's block. I'm not gonna front and say I don't. I do.
Dope. Talk about the summer days and summer nights, bro. That project is really nice. It's a joint EP with Danger, hey?
Yeah.
6 tracks.
That one was great. 6 tracks. Different producers, which was dope as well.
Yeah.
Yo, man, Danger is one of those artists. When I heard, man, I was like, yo, man, this guy raps better than me. You know what I mean? And so I was like, I have to work with him. I like putting myself in a position where it's competitive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
how did you come by him?
Danger's from the East Rand, and he's homies with Shembe. So I remember once I bumped into him. They were moving as a collective within Brahm. I can't remember what they were doing, but he was with Trey. Remember Trey, bro?
Yeah. I remember Trey, yeah.
Yeah. So Trey was shooting stuff for him. So I bumped into him and I was like, yo, man, we have all these mutual friends. Why don't we know each other? So we started building a relationship. I listened to his stuff on SoundCloud. I loved what I was hearing. So I was like, yo, man, this nigga's dope. And I feel like as an artist, he's someone that if I put myself next to him, because I respect him so much, it'll push me to also rise to that level, just personally, to be like, all right, man, if I can rap next to this guy, it'll push me to write better, because I really respected him. I told him like, yo, when I listen to you rap, man, sometimes I feel like what I'm doing is not the greatest thing in the world, and so I respect that, and I want to put myself next to you so that I can challenge myself to be better. And so he was like, yo, man, I feel the same way, which was weird, but so we started collaborating in that sense. It was very competitive but fun at the same time, because he'd come through and he's got like such a fire verse. And I'll be like, oh, snap, bro, I'm not going to let you outshine me on this song. You know what I mean? Type of thing. So, exactly. So it was one of those things. But yeah, he's great, man. I love the way he writes. He's a very intentional writer. So the creative process is easy, man, because I know exactly, like, if I say we're doing this on the song, he's committed to it and he's going to come through 100%. So Summer Days, Summer Nights, man, was just our way of introducing the collaboration sound between the two of us and begin.
Who are the different producers on the project?
So the intro is X Sipping, and then we've got this other kid. He's an 18-year-old kid, man, Ben, man. He lives in the neighborhood. I bumped into him while I was taking a walk, and he's like, yo, I produce, and he sent me a beat. So he produced, I forgot what's the song? Meters of Echo. He produced that one, dope producer. And then there's another guy who produced 2 tracks. He produced Nighttime and Beluga. It's Tabani. Yeah. He did 2 beats, and then there's Yellowphonic. He produced the last song. We found him on SoundCloud. He's actually releasing a project today. He's a very dope on the come up producer from Pretoria. He's doing nice things on the internet. So we found, he's from PTA. So Danger found that on the internet. We hit him up. He was like, "Yo, man, use the beats. Just send it to me so I can check what it sounds like." We recorded. We sent it to him. He liked the song. It was clean. So we put on the tape. But yeah, that was it. And we decided, yo, man, let's just try keep it, because we're also conceptual artists. So we did the whole Samurai Shampoo thing in terms of the artwork. It was inspired by that, and even the sound, like the concept is about 2 samurais just dealing with life from their own perspectives, fighting their demons, so there was that backtracking to the idea. But yeah, shout outs to Danger, man. Danger really pushed me to be a better writer. I'll give him that.
I actually wanted to ask, I saw this track that you did. It's got Fireman on it, Abster, it's got Danger. It looks like a house full, pretty much. I want to know how did you, what, was it from the relationship with Danger that you guys then eventually did this track? Was it that introduced it? How did you guys all decide that actually this is what we're going to do?
That's on behalf of the gods, yeah?
Yeah, man. Have you guys seen the video, by the way?
Yeah. Who shot
we're
that?
Just checking that out now, actually.
Yo, there's a homie Chris Nkaba. He's from the East Rand as well. Nkaba Reloaded. Yeah, he shot that. Oh man, that's Abster's song, man. And Abster, I just realized something now, man. The East has a very interconnected way of working, man. Because
you guys love each other, but you guys like genuinely each other love. Like it's not a fake.
Yeah, because I'm just realizing the basis of all my relationships are basically we're all from the East. That's really the fundamental element of it. So Abster was a fan of mine. He was like, "Yo, man, I want to get a track with you," but he wanted to make it right. You know what I'm saying? He viewed me in a certain light. He's like, "Yo, I respect you as an MC. I'm not gonna try to put you in a certain."
Because Abster shit like tends to be very pop. No disrespect to Abster, like I like that shit, but like he has this track, for example. Am I really gonna fuck it up now? Because I went to his listening session. But like he has songs that are very up tempo and very like trappy.
He makes music that people can vibe out to. You know what I'm saying? But also he respects the art, man. Because like when you listen, when he's not making music and you listen to what he's listening to, you can tell like, yo, this guy's a hip hop head. Even like the stuff he loves. Yeah, so I think that track for him was also like, yo, I also want people to view me as an MC because of all the stuff he was making. He wanted people to.
This was fire, actually. You guys performed the song, actually, yeah.
Yeah, at Bannister, né?
Yeah.
So Abster hit us all up, and he didn't send anyone else's verse. So he just sent us like a 2-minute loop of the beat. We all rapped our verses, and then eventually there was 5 niggas on the song. So that was dope. Yeah, he was just like, nah, here's the beat, bro. Rap. And I was like, I did my 16. And then he was like, yo, I also got this guy and this guy and this guy on it. So I was like, oh, that's dope. I'm glad I didn't hear their verses, man. So you gotta really rap. Yeah, he hit us with a sneak attack. But when it came together, man, it was the moment, man.
It's a really dope song, man. It's a really dope song. Really. Oh, it's produced by BloO Cheese, eh?
Yeah, BloO Cheese is one of the homies. They like a crew. It's Abster, Fireman, and BloO Cheese. They're called what's it called? Klutz Gang, something like that. I forgot what the name. Clubs Gang. Yeah. So they like homies, and then they all stay on the East Rand. They're in Spruitview, Katlehong, and Force Load.
Hey, like, look at Sir Abster with the Illuminati, dog. This video's on 666 views right now.
I gotta go. I gotta create a fake account and just stream once quick.
Now we must have given him about 3 plays now. So yeah. Let's go.
So I'm going through your Instagram right now, right? And I'm seeing you've done quite a number of shows and all of that shit. I want to know, right? when did you actually start performing your music live, and what was that transition like for you? Like, I know everyone's used to that whole feeling of rapping in the studio because, I mean, that's comfort zone, obviously. But performing is a little bit different. You have to do this in front of a whole bunch of people. I want to know, what was your experience like getting, like, that whole transition?
Oh, man, that's a great question. I won't lie, bro. I was nervous initially, man, because I'm so used to recording and being by myself in that element. And when you're performing, your music has to actually translate in the room. You know what I mean? You can't fake the energies in the room. You can't really rely on the second take as you can in the studio. You know what I mean?
There is no second take. It's live.
Yeah. So it was nerve-wracking, man. But
I'm
I
asking
was
because
always...
the first time I ever heard you rap, you were shitting bricks. Like, we had to get you fucking baked. We had to, like, corner you really sus. We had to corner you, and then out of nowhere this guy starts freestyling, and it's the dopest shit I've ever heard, and then he doesn't stop after that.
For like 2 hours. I'll never forget that day.
That was the dopest shit ever.
But
so I want to know, like,
yeah. Hey, you just took me back. Yo, hectic.
He hit the dirty blood like Kendrick, bruh.
No, that was the first time you actually got baked officially.
Yeah, so, but yeah, that was a wild day. Yeah. But when I first performed, I actually performed when I was in grade 8, bro. I don't know if you guys know MGI.
Yeah, I know MGI.
Yeah, so my family friend of mine was SRC president there, man, and was doing like some cultural day show. And he was like, yo, man, I'll put you on the lineup, just come through, perform, because we're still making music. That's when we really like just started. Those were like our first songs after like first recordings. So he's like, yo, I'll put you up on the lineup, just come through and perform. I actually skipped school that day to go perform. Yeah, and the crazy thing is my uncle picked me up. He came all the way from Sandton, came to Boxburg, picked me up, we went to Midrand, took me to the show.
Would you say that was the moment you decided that this was for you and this is what you're about?
Yeah, even though we got booed off. Like, no, just think about this, bro. But like I left school. Like I told everyone, yo, niggas, I'm dipping from class. I'm going to perform. Y'all can read these books. Like that was my vibe. Like, yo, I'm out of this. They picked me up. We went. I'm thinking, yo, I'm about to do some big things.
You're about to make big
shit. So we go there. Like the first 2 tracks, they feeling us, man. But I don't think they were there for us, man. They were trying to hear house, whatever. So like, we overstayed our welcome. I wouldn't say we initially got booed. Like we overstayed our welcome. Okay, we did 2 songs, and we should have like read the crowd and be like, I had 2 songs. Leave while you hot. But we're like, nah, nigga, we got a catalog. Let's get these. And what didn't and what didn't help was the fact that they only had 1 mic. So it didn't look cool that
you guys were, like, interchanging.
So he'd rap and then he'd give me the mic. I think like my first 4 shows, that was my experience. So it became normalized to me, like, yo, when you perform, there's 1 mic. That's what like came into my mind.
It's
a mic.
Yeah, like it's 1 mic and niggas gotta pass it around. But I was like young, bro. So in my mind, I didn't really care. You know what I mean? Even like when they booed me, I didn't go home and be like, oh, damn, I'm whack. I was like, yo, man, these niggas were like, yeah, I was like 13 performing for 21-year-olds. That was like my mentality. Yo, so
have you ever wanted to quit,
so what?
Bro?
I mean,
like,
but like,
rap shit.
Yeah, only because of like the politics, man. And just when you realize that like to break through, man, there's a lot more that is required of you than just being talented and actually focusing on your work. Do you know what I mean? So it's that element of it. But I'm in too deep, bro. When I just look at how much time I've invested and how much I've structured my life around it and relationships I can't quit now, bro. If I quit, bro, it's because I don't know. I don't know I could quit. I'd quit because I want to. It wouldn't be a thing like I was forced to quit. It would be like, yo, I think I've said what I wanted to say. and I'm done. I'm leaving in peace.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I would retire. Yeah, that's exactly what it would be. I'd retire myself. Because even like now, as I'm saying, the project I made, I was making it like, what if this was my last project? You know what I'm saying? That's how I'm always working. Like, what would I say on the song if this was my last song? So that's the only thing that would retire me, where I'm like, yo, okay, I don't think I have anything else to say on the records anymore. And I don't want to dilute what I'm saying by just saying it for the sake of saying. So that's how I would step out and be like, all right, I'm done with the game. I've said my piece. You know what I'm saying? Because people are in it for different reasons, man, which is why my music is in a certain way. I'm there for my own reasons, and my music reflects that. And so if people buy into that, that's cool. But when I get to the point where I'm like, all right, man, I'm no longer true to what I'm trying to say, then I can step out and be like,
bow down, man.
Yeah, man, because I've done a lot, man. I mean, I haven't done the greatest things in the world, but I'm like, for someone who wanted to do it, I've been in nice waters. For someone who actually just threw himself in the deep end and said, yo, let me try myself out and see how far I can go. I've experienced a lot of stuff through the rap thing. So I'm kind of like, it wouldn't be a waste of my time. I could reflect and be like, nah, man, I was at Back to the City. Nah, man, I was on Metro FM. Nah, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it wouldn't be like, oh, damn. It would be like, yo, man, I've done what I thought I wanted to do, and I've enjoyed myself in the meanwhile. So, yeah, I have thought of quitting, but not from that perspective. From the perspective of like, yo, man, what else can I say on the record? That's what makes me want to leave. Like, all right, man, I don't want to not start saying things I don't believe in anymore.
Okay, but now you just mentioned that there's parts of this industry that are tough, that make it tough rather to get into. I want to know, what would you change about it?
Oh, man. I don't even know if I'd change anything about it, hey? Because I feel like those elements, man, they part of the game, man. And I'm lucky because I used to hang around Dave and watch him navigate the game. So I kind of learned through the back, you know. When I remember he had a Red Bull show, man, that was my first time ever being like backstage. So for me, I was just taking that as a learning curve. Like, oh, okay, this is what happens. Oh, okay, these are the important people. This is how they operate at the background. Oh, it's about this. Do you have hair and makeup? You know what I'm saying? You just study the game and you realize, you realize like, oh, okay, so this is how things work. And
so you have like a student approach to this whole industry, really.
Yeah, man. Because I just realized like being dope is one thing, but then it's a full game that you gotta navigate. And but what I like about this industry, man, is that there's also different ways to do things, man. People come in and they do it their own ways and they figure it out themselves. So that's what I like about this. Although there's no structure that you can actually be like, things work this way and you can fall in place. I also like the fact that you can come in and shake things up your own way. Because I look at myself and I'm like, damn, I don't have a manager. I don't really have a team, but I've managed to create some semblance of a career in this space. And so I like that freedom in a sense. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, the internet has made it very possible to move.
Yeah.
So you get what I'm saying, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Because it's all about like if you can leverage the spaces that you find yourself in, and you can just take note. Like, because when I look at myself and where I've gotten to, I'm just like, I'm amazed, bro. I'm just like, which is why I'm like, yo, man, it's all about just, it's really a creative space in some sense. So you have to be creative about how you do your business as well. And so, yeah.
Dog, I'm seeing a track
I don't know
with V2.
How do you know V2, dog? What is this? What is
dog,
this Bloomed featuring
yo,
V2?
V2. I got booked for a show in Cape Town in 2018, and he was booked at the same show. Okay. And so,
are you serious?
Yeah, and so when I got to Cape Town, I was like, yo, where am I gonna stay? Do you get what I'm saying?
Hold on, the promoter didn't sort you out, son?
Well, he did in a way, but I was like, I'm trying to save the money. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm trying to, everything I do, I'm so trying to like, so I'm like, yo, might as well build a relationship. You know what I mean? Let me build a relationship, because Dave knew V2, right? So I was like, yo, Dave, I'm going to Cape Town. Do you know anyone there? I don't want to just go there, rap and come back. That's going to be a waste of time being in Cape Town. So I'm like, all right. I hollered at V2. I was like, yo, I'm Dave's homie, wada. He was like, all right, dog, when we meet, we're gonna link up. So I was like, can I stay at your place? I'll sleep on the couch, I'll sleep on the floor.
I'll
I
make a
don't
plan.
care.
Did you meet his
I don't
cat?
care. I don't. Did he have a cat? Nah, I
has
didn't
a
meet
black
his cat.
cat.
Or maybe. Nah, I didn't meet his cat then. But yeah, I went through to his place and then I slept on the couch. It was dope, man. He's a good homie. And just like you, man, he also has that work ethic, man. That's what I really love about artists, man. People who, like, at the end of the day, they about the craft.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hey,
So V2
bro,
was
this
that
is a
guy,
vibe.
man.
Hold on.
Shout out to V2, by the way. I used to stay next door to this nigga in 2012. He used to go to.
Oh yeah, this nigga was busy tweeting about you as well.
Yeah, V2's my homie, man.
I got 2
V2's my
pillowcases for the
nigga.
dreams that I chase. A cup full of coffee for the days I'm awake, and a spare key in my pocket for the days when I'm late. My mama love me, she
Oh,
put
that's
the
a
work for the
decent
food on
one,
my
bro.
plate. I got 88
Yeah.
keys in case I need to escape. I often get lost in the
That was the
shit,
first and
nigga,
only
you've been
beat.
juicing, actually.
Hold on, yeah. Big
Aight,
shit.
this is
Hold
fire.
on. When did you decide that you're actually gonna start juicing your shit? Who did you get pissed off at?
Dave Marson, that nigga was tired of sending me beats.
What, did he stop
Like,
sending
for
you
real.
beats after the 2-year catalog, dog?
He stopped sending me beats, but also he started making weird beats, dog. Like, he was in his own zone. I was just like, nah, dog, I'm not gonna
So you
rap to
decided,
this,
fuck it,
dog.
let
I'm
me
not.
learn how to make my
Yeah, I
own
was like,
shit.
I'm not that desperate for the beat, so let me let me figure
This
it
shit
out.
is
Because
fire,
Dave
man.
is like, he's into like MF Doom, so sometimes he tilts a little too left for my liking. So I was just
Yeah.
like, I dog, if you're in that zone, it's cool. I don't want to be the guy who's like, nah, make this trap shit for me. I was like, nah, let me figure it out. And also, yeah, I don't want to be too dependent on him. But it was actually great that he did that, man, because then I built relationships with other producers. Because
Yeah.
for so long, Dave was so accessible to me. Do you know what I'm saying? And so when Dave was kind of like, yo, man, I'm just doing this, and the beats you'd send me, I didn't really feel that much. I was kind of like, oh, let me just take this as an opportunity to actually learn how to
Branch
produce
out.
for
To
one.
Learn how to juice it
Yeah,
shit.
and also meet other producers. And
Big
so
ups to
I'm
you
grateful
for
that
because not a lot
that
of not a lot
happened.
of rappers do that. Not a lot of artists do that. Like take the time to go and actually learn the craft of making their own music. So shout out. to you
Yeah,
for
that's
that.
very important. Yeah,
Well,
no, that's very important.
Let's actually touch on that. How much time do you spend doing what I call research work? Like, how much time do you spend like just Googling, like looking for either a radio plug or looking for various information that might help you, or looking for a new distributor? Do you spend time doing things like that? And if so, how much time do you spend learning?
Oh man, I spend all my time. Every day I learn something, bro. Every day. Like right now, I'm trying to finesse Bandcamp. So I'm actually like reading the guidelines, like going to the basics. Like, this is actually, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. My battery was just a bit low, but it's cool. So I'm now like just going through the Bandcamp guidelines, I'm going through the SoundCloud, like just to see what their mission is, so that I can position myself on those platforms in line with what they actually trying to do, instead of just going on there and trying to do my own thing. Like they have goals that they want to reach, and
Facts.
if you in line with that, the chances that they support you are much easier.
Much
you know what I'm
higher,
saying? So
yeah.
I do, yeah, exactly. So I do my research, man. Like in terms of just looking like what spots people look for music, which blogs, and finding emails. You know, you get rejected. I'm not afraid to take an L, bro. But I'm always learning, bro. I'm always learning, because a lot of the stuff that has happened for me has come as a consequence of trial and error. You know what I mean? Just throwing myself in the deep end, being like, all right, let's see where this goes. And then it produces something. Then I'm like, all right, cool. I can take that and make it work there, or make it work there. And then I can try something different. So of course, bro, that's the way to go. The internet has so much information, man. And you'd be surprised what you're trying to do is probably like a Google away. So I'm not shy from.
We're big fans of that. We're advocates of the second biggest search engine in the world, which is YouTube right now, which is why we're live on YouTube right now. And like Google, like there's nothing new under the sun. Like if niggas can realize that, stop trying to reinvent the wheel. It's already fucking round, and it's round because round is the shape that works for the wheel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let's get past trying to be something new. Let's let's make
Just
this
put
thing
some rims on the
work.
wheel, dog.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Let's make this thing work to the best of its ability for us, you know. And as much as I can say that I've worked with a lot of the artists, you're one of the few artists that gets that. Like,
Yeah.
adapt or die, you know.
Not just
Yeah,
get it,
yeah,
but
it's-
implement it. 'Cause
Yeah,
a lot of
no, that
people,
you have
they
to, man.
understand it in chat format, but to actually see results and see like actual work being put out, it doesn't happen like this, man. So it's really
Yeah,
good to see.
and a lot of rappers are complacent, man. In terms of like, I feel like, yeah, they're not ready to put in the work. Like when you see how many people actually want it, then you realize that it's not gonna get given to you. That's just my mentality.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
When you get to experience, have you seen that line outside YFM
Yeah, dog.
on the Thursday
Hey,
night
bro.
ciphers?
Niggas be hungry, dog.
Dog.
Niggas was niggas be like, dog, we sleeping at McDonald's tonight. We're going to YFM. We're sleeping at That's how hungry niggas are.
Niggas just
I remember when I went to Samro, bro, and now I just saw niggas came from KZN, dog. Like, we're going back tomorrow, and I'm just like, yo, dog, niggas are hungry. Like, niggas are hungry, and so you gotta actually be like, yo, people are hungry, and how do I maneuver in this environment? Like, how do I stand out? How do I, when I get there, how do I actually get there and feel like I deserve to be here, man? Because that also kills people, man. Sometimes people make it, but they don't feel like they deserve to be there, and then they can't continue the trajectory that they've put themselves on. So you also need to feel worthy so that you can continue doing what you're doing when you're at the top or wherever you want to be. So I'm always about like, yo, I need to earn my stripes. Like, when I get there, I need to know I did the push-ups, dog.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Put the work in.
Exactly. So that I don't start getting insecure when I'm at a position where people now are actually trying to take you down. You know what I mean? When you achieve some level of success, there's always going to be people who don't want you to be there because they feel like they need to be there. Yeah. And so you need that resolve inside you to be like, nah, man, I did the time. So that's where I'm at right now, where I'm like, nah, man, if the song...
Do you have any artists that you've sort of like benchmarked for success? Like, that's it.
Not really, man. I feel like once you do that, you start trying to make your journey like this, and that'll never happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think the beauty of what my journey is, it's mine. You know what I'm saying? The things that I managed to do and the places that I managed to see, it's me. I can't replicate what anyone else did. You know what I mean? I can't look at an A-Reese or a Nasty C and be like, oh man, they blew up at 20. I'm whack. You know what I'm saying? I can't put you know what I'm saying? I can't start operating like that because then I'm going to lose my square. I'm going to start doing gimmicky things and just becoming something that I'm not. So I'm grateful for where I am, and I just try and like, all right, cool. There's certain things that, you know, are standard measures of success. Like, yo, man, do people actually listen to the music? All right, cool. That's
anyone listening,
yeah, that's like, okay, that's a metric I can work with. Do people review the music? You know what I mean? Do they care enough to actually have an opinion about it aside of just listening? Do they actually have an opinion on it? Yeah. Those are like my standard metrics. And then, and when I started getting shows, when I was like, all right, okay, I'm entering another stratosphere. When people actually want to see me live, then I'm doing the right things. But I don't look at another artist and be like, yo, I need to be there. I just take what I can from them and try and make my journey my own. I don't try to replicate anything.
Mr. 300 Mills is asking, right? Given the disruption tech has made on the music industry, do you buy the view that tech has democratized the music industry and given indie artists a substantial fighting chance? Sustainable fighting chance.
So let's do that again. Given the disruption tech has made on the music industry, do you buy the view that tech has democratized the music industry and given indie artists a sustainable fighting chance? Damn.
That's a dope question.
Definitely.
300 Mills, shout out to you for that question, by the way, bro.
Yo, this nigga's an A&R at Universal. He's trying to recruit. I can see.
But would you agree with that statement?
I think it has democratized the industry in terms of like so many people have access to the game You know what I mean? It takes one upload to SoundCloud to consider yourself a musician these days. You know what I mean?
The
So,
thing is, that's the problem I have with it. The fact that it's so open to so much trash. Like,
yeah, no, the thing,
I
I was having,
leeway.
I can't
It's
remember
great
who
for
I
the
was
dope
speaking to,
artists.
but I was like, yo, we need gatekeepers. I never thought I'd say this, but we need the gatekeepers back in the game.
No. Here's the thing, right? The thing with gatekeepers is I've seen it work to the same advantage as having trash artists everywhere.
Wait, what do you mean?
With
The thing is-
gatekeepers, like, I mean, if you look at our current industry, how many artists would you say are like really, really fucking incredible? You would go put all your money on this person. We don't have a volume of that kind of artist.
They are there.
They are there, but they're not in the mainstream
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah, no, that's true, man.
Like the artists
But
I
feel like
I would bet against for 10-year longevity are not on top 10 lists.
I'd say I'm talking to one right now,
You know what I mean?
but you're not.
I
You
hear-
need to be on that same platform for it to make sense the way I'm trying to explain it.
No, I hear what you're saying completely. And I actually agree with you to a certain degree in terms of like, yo, man, the democratizing of the space, man, has put in a lot of people who don't even respect the craft in spaces that they shouldn't be in. Do you get what I'm saying? So
Facts.
there's a lot of
Big
people,
facts.
yeah, there's a lot of people who are there with their own agendas who don't care too much about what the music sound like. You know what I'm saying? They're probably
There's a
not
lot of
even there as a
businessmen who are,
consequence
like,
of the music.
doing music.
Yeah, it's become an entertainment industry as opposed to an art industry.
Well, let me
You know what I'm
let
saying?
me just make a point here though. Like let's all be level-headed about this and understand that the majors have been running this shit anyway. So as democratized as it is and can be, they're still the ones that own the DSPs, or majority of them. They're still the ones that own majority stake in these streaming platforms. Like
they've got
we
the
can't
money.
Yeah.
It's democratized to a certain extent. You know what I mean? It's not
Yeah,
like
there
open
is,
gates.
there is a cap, man. Because I was even like, I just read now, Sony ATV, the publishing company, just signed a deal with Content Africa. That's an aggregator, the competitors to Africori. So it's because it's new, that it's open. But once there's time, you know, people start finding ways to also like, I know, guys, let's close some gates. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's just because it's so new now and technology changes so quickly that by the time people adopt the technology and adapt to what it is, there's something else happening. And so you feel like you're always just chasing something new, which is what makes it feel like, oh, damn, there's no cap to what's happening. But I think in terms of like the music industry, man, there will always be a filtration of those who filter to the top and then those who don't. You know what I'm saying? So
facts.
as much as it's democratized, man, people will still gravitate to certain artists as opposed to others.
Rise to the top, though, like you're saying, bro. It's just inevitable.
Of course, bro. Like if you're hot for 2 minutes, bro, we just put the microwave an extra 30 seconds and let's see if it's still cooking. You know?
Hey, fam.
You know what I'm saying?
Me and Marley were looking for Ray Shreemer the other day. We're like, wait, it looks like they shelved, bro. They ain't dropped shit in like
that's
2 years.
That Sway Lee guy is gonna do his thing, man. He's been showing promise as a solo artist. You know what I'm saying?
Like
Like
one man.
he's been getting those placements on. He has a song with Post Malone on that Black Spider-Man anime movie, which did pretty well. Yeah, so I think he's in that pocket, and I'm also
that, like low key money.
Yeah. I mean, I think what's also important as an artist to like position yourself. You know what I mean? I'm sure he's like, all right, man, they respected me as a member of this band. How do I now transition in a way that I can still hold my own identity? So I'm sure he's giving us a break, and when he comes out, people respect it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Wait, this show you were talking about was Main Attraction, yeah?
Yeah, man. Shout outs to Main Attraction, bro. They're from the UK.
This promo video here. So how did you get? There's V2. Away. Check him.
Yeah.
I see him. So how did you get it, bro? How did they reach out to you? Did they like find you online, or was it through a relationship, or?
Online, bro, because these guys are based in the UK. Main Attraction is based in the UK.
UK
and
label?
so yeah, it's like an events company. The guy is in the UK. He's based in Tottenham.
Fuck.
Yeah, so he was like, yo, I'm coming to SA. Was his first time in South Africa. And he's doing a show. And he just found my stuff on the internet. And so he was like, yo, I vibe with what you're doing. He thought I was actually based in Cape Town, which is actually dope.
Damn.
So he's like, yo, I'm doing a show, whatever. So I'm like, nigga, let's get it. He's like, yo, let me get you a ticket. Because I was like, yo, I'm actually based in Joburg. I waited until he put me on the flyer before I let him know, like, yo, I'm actually in Joburg.
Shit.
Yeah, so yeah. But that nigga had...
That's a creative way to do it.
Yeah, man, you gotta be an opportunist. So he was like, yo, dog, I've already put you on the flyer, and when you put me on the flyer, dog, I promo. Whenever I'm involved in something, dog, just know I'm gonna promote that shit.
Fact.
Yeah, I'm gonna promote that shit. So he saw that, yo, man, I'm going hard. All the people engaging with this thing is people that fuck with Hazey. So I was just like, yo, dog, I'm actually based in Joburg. Fly me out to Cape Town. He's like, no problem, dog. He's paying in pounds, dog, and a domestic. Yeah, domestic flight was like 1,000 something. So it's like, all right, bro, I'm gonna fly you out. We met each other there. We built a relationship, and he's actually one of the relationships I built. So whenever I want to get my music out that side, I send it to him, and I'm like, yo, bro, can you try and move it around there in the UK? Give it to whoever needs it or whatever. And that's the beauty. That's one of the beauties of the democratization of the internet in terms of being able to do that.
I don't know
as an independent artist.
I don't know about this democracy word, man. Like,
I can't call it a democracy.
It's created. I'm a passage, dog. I'm a patchis. Like it's created passages.
Open openings, really.
Yeah, just like open communication. I don't know about democracy, because if the internet was democratic,
we would not have 6ix9ine.
We would not have fucking Daniel Hernandez, bro. Like,
we would not have 6ix9ine.
You know what I mean? Like the general human being. Hey, but nah. Maybe because we have 6ix9ine. The internet is democratic because we have 6ix9ine.
No. It would be democratic if Thomas Hazey was on the same platform as the 6ix9ine and given the same opportunity.
In terms of
exposing, in terms of followership, in terms of all of that kind of stuff.
If it was open to everybody.
If it was open to everyone would be on the 6ix9ine platform. It's not.
Yeah, I mean, oh man, hey, I don't want to hate on 6ix9ine because he's a troll, and
we're not gonna put him in the title. Don't worry.
Nah, we're not about to clickbait you with him, dog. Don't worry. Let's talk about Perfect for a second, bro. What is this project about? It's busy playing right now in the background.
Oh man, Perfect. That's the greatest work I've ever done, if I could say it. Well,
if you could
for
pick
now,
one of your kids that you love the most.
Yeah, I always tell people, if you want to introduce someone to Hazey, just send them Perfect. If they don't like that, they'll never like anything I do, personally. Like,
facts.
Yeah, because it's just a great reflection of what I want to do artistically, and just the conceptual framework that I like working from as an artist. So, Perfect, man. That's me and Swish.
Shout out to
he hit me up.
Shout out to the homie.
This is Khoza.
Yeah, shout outs to Khoza, man. He was just like, yo, I got beats. He sent me like 14 loops. He's like, yo, I got beats. If you want to do something with them, because you remember he was on a hiatus. He wasn't making music for a while. And so when he was like, I'm making music again, I was like, yo, bro, let's do something. And then he sent me those beats, and I was just like, I've made so much music before that, but I've never made music where I felt like people got to know me as a person. I was always rapping from the perspective of just being a dope rapper. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? But I never made anything that I felt that people could hear and be like, I know who this guy is and what he stands for. And all my favorite artists have bodies of work that do that make me like, I'm a fan of the artist now. I'm going on the journey with you now.
With you
Do you know what I'm saying?
As a man, yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to see where you're going with this. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. I need to now have a project where people have a relationship with me. You know what I'm saying? Through the music. And so Perfect came about. I was like, yo, man, I'm going to name it Perfect, but I'm going to talk about all my flaws. That's the concept of the album. I'm going to talk about everything about me that isn't perfect. And
I feel like that's what makes humans perfectly perfect. They're imperfection.
Exactly, man. That project was basically to bear myself out there and be like, yo, I'm human. That's how I,
No, sorry.
yeah, that's how I wanted to introduce myself to people, those who might not know me and those who know me, but don't have an in-depth idea of who I am and what I stand for. I was like, no, let me lay it all out. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a perfect being. I have narcissistic moments. You know what I'm saying? I have my own addictions. I have my own imperfect ways of doing things, but I'm human and I'm going somewhere. So that's my introduction to the world. And I think it was perfectly crafted, man.
It is dope, bro. It is dope from the first time.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
seeing a lot of features, like in general, in your work with Ndungundugu. So I want to know what's that relationship about? Like, how did you guys meet? Because I know he's not from here.
Yeah, he's from Kenya. He's a
Shout out
cousin.
to Ndugu.
Yeah, he's like a aunt, brother, son, something like that. There's blood relations along the lines. And yeah, but he's based in Kenya. And my favorite part about him, man, is that because we have such a personal relationship. Nah, I haven't, but I plan on going, man. I plan on going. Yeah, I need to go, man. But what I realized is that because we have that personal and blood relationship, when we make the music, it spills out. So like before we even make the music, we're having genuine conversations. It's not like, yo, this track needs to do this. It's not always
It's not about
so
the song,
in
yeah.
the